The first short proposition is, every human on the planet has two souls, an immortal soul and a mortal soul. Number 2 proposition says, the immortal soul is an immortal spiritual entity who brings light into the world from the domain of light, the planetary superconscious, focusing the light of the immortal soul into the darkness of matter through a high self, the soul's guardian angel. And now to go to the third proposition. The immortal soul is our true self, though we may not be aware of its existence until the very moment of the body's death. And the fourth proposition says, the mortal soul, often called the astral body, and which we usually think of as ourselves, is the conscious and subconscious amalgam of emotion and thought which makes decisions and conducts affairs in our daily life. Now, the fifth proposition is, the mortal soul is a transient synthesis of two kinds of subtle matter, emotional substance and mental substance. And these substances are as real as physical substance, though less dense. And the sixth proposition is, the personality is a transient synthesis of three kinds of matter: physical substance, emotional substance, and mental substance, body and mortal soul. Number 7 says, from the moment of the creation of the mortal soul and its physical body by the high self immortal soul combination and until their death, that combination remains associated with the mortal soul and its physical body. And now we come to proposition 8. After the personality's loss of its physical body, its still surviving self, the mortal soul, the astral body, finds itself in a domain called, in Tibet, the after-death bardo. Proposition 9. This bardo consists of many gradations, densities of emotional and mental substance into which the soul rises like a balloon until it reaches the level in the Earth's emotional mental atmosphere which corresponds with the density or subtlety of its feelings and thoughts, conscious, subconscious, and superconscious, during its just completed life on Earth. And now to proposition 10. In a more rarefied level of substance above the bardo, in a superconscious place and state called heaven, the immortal soul has its abode. And now number 11. At the time of physical death, the mortal soul, in a rare circumstance, consciously sees the immortal soul as a luminous being, or as a white light, from which the love of the Christ itself streams forth in blessing, benediction, and welcome. Number 12. If the mortal soul approaches and blends with the light of the immortal soul in full consciousness, that event signifies transfiguration, unity with the divine. And now the 13th proposition. If the mortal soul becomes engrossed, however, in bardo dreamscapes, instead of blending with the light of the immortal soul, its upward progress stops, and it remains in the bardo until it yearns for the light, at which times the immortal soul absorbs from it its mental and emotional refinements, the moral developments of its past life, whatever is fit for heaven. Now number 14. This process of absorption of mental and emotional refinements by the immortal soul is followed by a second death, the death of the mortal soul, in which the immortal soul's last remaining connection with the previous personality is severed. Proposition 15. The immortal soul then empowers its high self to assemble a new personality in which the tendencies and traits of the previous personality are leavened by whatever high self immortal soul attributes and skills that the previous personality developed. Now number 16. This development of high self immortal soul attributes and skills in successive personality and mortal souls through repeated cycles in earth and in the bardo is the immortal soul's training program in earth school. And now number 17, the last one. Graduation from earth school comes when the immortal soul's final mortal soul, fully conscious, transfigured by the light, and fit for heaven, merges with its creator, the immortal soul, and thus with the Father.